Ragboy here from Wake 9, and we're going to go over some of the techniques that we use for getting the little kids up and getting them wake surfing. We have 6 kids of our own. The youngest ones are 8 and 11, and the youngest has been surfing since he was 6. We also have a couple other kids that we've taught all the way down to 5 and 6 years old. It's a little bit tougher for the little guys because the boards are usually too big for them. Here are 3 boards that I have here to kind of show you, because most of the time when you're getting up your kids, you use whatever board you have. This is an Inland Surfer green Loogey. This is a combination surf skim board. It's got 2 fins, and the reason why it has the fins this way is it's designed to drive a little bit like a surfboard, but yet at the same time it'll spin very well. But the issue is, with the way it spins, is that it makes it very squirrely for the kids. Here's another type of surfboard that a lot of people use. It's a quad fin setup. This is RJ's Team Wake 9 wakeboard from SMED Wakesurfing. And you can see the 4 fins. This gives you more drive, but at the same time it's still very squirrely. Let me show you one other type of board. And here's a new board. This is a prototype that hopefully will be selling soon from Wake 9. This is a thruster setup, 3 fins. 2 in the front, 1 in the back. The one in the back can be removed. When you have the one in the back, it makes this board incredibly stable. So when the kids are riding, it doesn't swirl around very much because this back fin holds it stable. Once they get good and they want to learn to do some tricks, try a 360, maybe cut a little bit on the wake, just like RJ does, they can pull, you can just pull this back fin out and it'll progress with them. Now the nice thing about this board too is it's very thin, very light, and it's easy for them to flip up. One of the problems, the biggest problems you have getting the kids up, is for them when they have their feet on the board to flip it up so the board can pull them out of the water. The boat can pull them out of the water. We're going to show you a couple techniques on how to make it easier for them even if they're using a bigger board. Alright, first we're going to show you when you have an oversized board. This might be the only kind of board you have. Everybody surfs on one board and you want to get the little guys up. It's still possible. You can still do it. And we'll show you how Thomas gets up. But first, the little guy should be near the back of the boat and just get them comfortable how they're sitting on the back of the boat and give them the rope and show them how to put their feet up. Thomas, go ahead and put your feet up. Now notice Thomas is going to put his feet all the way towards the back of the boat, the board. His back foot should be all the way back by the kick plate or just over where the back fins are. That's where his stance should be. Now you notice how Thomas has his left hand on the board. He needs to have it there because he's going to push down with his feet and his hand. That's the only way he can flip this big board so that he can start. It doesn't work when we're standing still. So in a minute, I'll get going and you can see how it works. But that's how it looks. One hand on the rope, the other hand on the board. And whichever one the kid feels comfortable, the most strongest, holding onto the rope and the other one on the board. But this is how you must get up when you have a large board. The kid will not have enough strength to flip it up unless he uses his hand and his feet to do it. Okay, now we have a board that's the right size for Thomas. This is our new prototype board. Walker Project Boards makes this, and hopefully we'll be offering it soon. First we're testing it out and making sure everything works just right. But Thomas can move this board around much easier. Thomas, get your feet up there. Again, notice that you got to get your back foot way on the back over the fins. One of the common mistakes by the kids is they think they need to put their feet towards the center of the board. You don't. You want it towards the back. Okay? Now flip that board up, Thomas. See, he doesn't even need to be moving and he can flip this board up. He probably could do it without his hand. But this board is so much lighter and so much thinner, it's easier for him to do. So if you can get a small board, it really helps. If not, we'll show you how he gets up on both.
Take the board. They're back, okay. No. Okay. Oh, baby! Come on, get ready!
whether your kid is goofy or regular footed without having to just ask them, because sometimes they don't know. And you say to them, well, how do you ride a skateboard? And he goes, what's a skateboard? And then you say, well, how do you slide on the carpet with your socks? And they say, what? So here's how you tell. Show down. Have them stand with their feet together like this and tell them to keep their feet together. Just push them back. Which foot do they normally put backward? Let's do it again. So they stand with their feet together, push them backward. They'll almost always automatically put one foot back first. Whichever foot they put back, now you know he is right foot forward, he is goofy footed. If Thomas had put his, no, this time put the other foot back, even though it doesn't feel right. If I pushed him and he put his right foot back, then you know he's left foot forward and he is regular footed. One of the things to keep in mind when you're teaching the kids, we have Jessie, she's only 4. She's been born on the water. So she's not very afraid, but ease them in. Do it slowly. Today, we're just teaching her how to stand on the board on the back. The boat's not even running. Everything's cool. We're just kind of getting her used to standing on the board. And maybe, you know, in a couple of days, we'll drag her a little bit on her knees or something like that, but ease them in. Don't traumatize them. If you traumatize them, nobody's going to be having any fun. You want the kids to be having fun. Here's the rope that we use. This is a special surf rope from Accurate. They also, I know Inland Surfer makes a rope like this, or they might just be branding the Accurate rope. But the main thing is it has a small handle. You do not want to use a regular ski or wakeboard rope with a large handle, because when the kids get up, or anybody gets up, they usually choke up on the rope by grabbing, that's what these are for. They grab these to choke up on the rope, and this handle dangles. If it's a large handle, a body part can get in there, and you want to be very careful with that. Now, some people would say you shouldn't have any handle, and you should use just the rope that have the knot on the end or a T. Those work well, and if you feel comfortable with them, use them. However, we have found with the kids, they like having a handle to hold on to. It helps them. So, get the small handled, specially designed surf rope, just like this. And it has these special black rubber things so they can choke up on the rope, because they're going to need to do that.